go. See if anyone picks this song.
You didn't even know this song.
I didn't even know what it was called, so yeah.
Crazy
I know the song.
about me.
Famous on TV or Facebook. Would you be
my heart if I could turn you on?
Oh, that's a bit raunchy.
It's
Gosh.
so bad if I could turn you on.
When I kiss
Your mouth, I wanna taste it. You upside down, don't wanna waste it.
Okay, we'll stop there. That was very poppy tonight.
Well, that song's called Mouth, and it kind of like sums up what we're talking about today.
Oh,
We need those little like, oh, you know what we should have done? We should have put Diamontes on our teeth.
really?
Yeah, Diamontes.
Wow, I think I've got a bit of lamb, between them. Oh. Anyway, it's almost as good.
Yeah, my
All
head's
right.
going crazy tonight.
Well, it's Monday night, and that means it's time for Kim's Top 5. I'm going to say I'm a little tired. We had a bit of a late night last
You
night.
did.
didn't
We drove home from the Gold Coast.
Drove home from the Gold Coast, so I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, which is I'm going to oil up.
All right. So should I talk?
Yep.
Or you?
I'm going to put some energy on.
Okay, so tonight we are talking about my top 5 for teeth. My smile is actually the second most thing that people comment on about me.
After your butt.
No.
Oh, okay.
After my eyes.
Maybe that's just
most
me.
people say, "Oh my God, look how blue your eyes are."
They are.
And the second thing is my smile.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
very lovely. But so
So-
is your butt.
Thanks.
Keep going.
How can I keep going? You're distracting me.
So are you. Anyway, so quite seriously, so tonight, Kim's Top 5, we're talking about top
Teeth.
5 for teeth. And can I just say up front, like, my teeth are terrible.
You never got braces. See, I had braces.
My parents, the orthodontists weren't invented in my day.
No, that's right. Back
And-
before the wheel.
And, and when they were invented, I thought, why would you go to someone who can't even spell dentist correctly? Like, what's with orthodontist? It's not even a proper dentist.
There you go. I didn't
Anyway.
know that.
So teeth tonight.
So it's
And
actually,
why is that so important?
well, obviously teeth is really good for your overall hygiene.
Yeah.
Gum disease, like especially gingivitis, or like, you know, bad teeth links to so many things like heart disease and even, you know, obviously mouth
Yeah.
cancers, all of that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So you want to make sure that your mouth is in tip-top condition.
Yeah, it's a fascinating connection actually between oral hygiene and
Heart stuff.
the
Yeah,
rest
it's
of your
amazing.
body. Yep. So I agree.
I actually say
Super
that
important.
you know, like after, you know, you've got started with Young Living, one of the most important things that you can actually look at is your oral health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing somewhere in here we're talking ditch and switch. Is that?
Yeah,
is that
we
part
are.
of the
Yeah.
conversation? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that we're talking about oral health, because I was telling Jeremy before that when I used to work in my government job, one of the things that we used to do was advocate for children's dental health, because it plays a huge part in so many things, like their general health, like I just talked about, but even their self-esteem. I mean, if you've got children who've got dental caries, which are basically you know, like if they've sucked on bottles and things like that, and it eats away at their teeth and they've got like black teeth and things, it can be really, really destroying to their self-esteem. And then they go to school, and if they haven't lost all their baby teeth, and even like it actually damages their big teeth coming through as well. So we used to work a lot with, you know, promoting good oral health, particularly amongst parents. And I was actually saying to you that we created these magnets, which were promoting the importance of actually helping your children brush their teeth until they're 10.
10.
And I
Wow.
know that seems so amazing to some people, but children don't have a dexterity in their hands to brush in all the right places. So, you know, obviously 10 is the ideal, but definitely, you know, looking at between 5 and 8, still
Yeah.
brushing their, like up until 5, definitely brush their teeth twice a day. morning and night. And
if you're a parent who just wants a bit of peace and quiet every so often, there's nothing like just sticking a toothbrush in your kid's mouth. It shuts them up.
We used to have to have an app, right, on the iPad. I know that sounds terrible because for those of you who know me, I don't like my girls to watch very many TV things, and especially under twos, they didn't watch any TV. But when they started to get older, they didn't like to have their teeth brushed. So I used to get this app that was on the iPad, and I think it went for 2 minutes or whatever. And we used to brush their teeth for the length of the song.
Okay.
Because that way they knew that they had to brush it for that long.
Yeah.
And I got that from my friend Fiona. But
that's very cool. What was the song called? Foaming at the Mouth? Was that the one?
I can't even remember how the song went, but I'm sure my girls would remember because we used to do it all the time. But anyway, it's really interesting because I call him my work dad, Mike Summerall. I bet he watches this video tonight.
Father Christmas.
Yes.
Father Christmas.
He's the Santa at Tormina Shopping Centre. So if you go and see him, you'll say, I know your daughter, your work daughter.
He's got a very comfortable lap.
Yes. Anyway, so him and I, because his wife used to work in the dental unit at the local hospital, and he was amazed at the number of children who used to come in with dental caries and with problems. And so he was a really strong advocate for good oral hygiene in children, and that I kind of jumped on that bandwagon, and I was promoting the importance of children brushing their teeth until they're 10, and I still believe that. I think that you should help your children brush their teeth.
The catch, though, we talked about ditch and switch, is now a good time to talk about stuff that's in toothpaste, because there's some. I had to change my toothpaste. This is before I was with Young Living, and I had to change it because I'd wake up every morning with what I called cotton wool mouth, which was just, my mouth felt like it was full of cotton wool, and I eventually worked out that was because of I'm pretty sure it was one of the ingredients which is common in toothpaste. Do you want to guess what it was?
Was it sodium lauryl sulfate?
Bingo!
So sodium lauryl sulfate is what makes toothpaste foam up. And people get used to that. When you use a toothpaste that foams up, when you suddenly switch to a natural toothpaste that doesn't contain that nasty ingredient, sodium lauryl sulfate, it doesn't foam up, and you start to go, there's something.
It's not doing the job.
It doesn't
it's
feel.
Not foaming.
But you know what? I've never felt like my teeth have been so clean.
Yeah.
Unless I use the thing, they feel cleaner. Like we just brushed our teeth before we came on, so that there was no lamb roast. But our teeth feel super clean.
They do.
So anyway.
Short of using a wire brush, it's about as clean as they're ever going to get.
Your toothbrush looks like a wire brush, let me tell you. So anyway, I guess we want to talk about some nasty ingredients and why you should ditch and switch. So obviously sodium lauryl sulfate is one of them. Another really important one that a lot of people don't know is triclosan. And triclosan has been creeping into the Australian market in a lot of things that are labelled as antibacterial, okay? And it's actually in some of the leading brands of toothpaste. And it's an endocrine disruptor. It messes with your children's hormones. And if you're putting it in their mouth every single day of their life, twice a day, they're going to see problems later on.
And even the Americans have worked this out, haven't
they?
That's the fascinating thing.
Yep.
So it's
Australia is behind.
It's banned in America.
And in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good old Aussies, triclosan.
We've still got triclosan in our toothpaste. Yeah.
We can do without it, really.
Yeah. And, obviously, true confession here, like Father Jeremy.
Now it's just getting really weird.
But in the good old days, I talked about having advocated for children's teeth and things like that. And I have in the past. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't say it. Advocated for fluoride. These days, I'm totally reformed. I've gone to reform school. And I'm no longer an advocate. I'm definitely an advocate for cleaning your children's teeth, but I've seen and done a lot of research on fluoride. And me personally, I choose a non-fluoridated toothpaste. And I live on tank water, so I don't have fluoridated water either. I think, me personally, I've had one filling in my whole entire life. I've also had, as Jeremy mentioned, I had braces, which gives me the straight teeth, but I think my teeth are great, and that's, I look after them, and I think it's really important that that we look after our children's teeth. And I don't know about you guys, but I take advantage of the $1,000 dental incentive that the federal government give, and I'm not sure, like I think it was running out, but maybe someone can let me know that. But we used to take our daughters to the dentist twice a year, and I've got private health insurance as well, but the $1,000 allows you to take your children to the dentist for a free checkup.
Yeah.
So, that on top of using natural products. So let's talk about what my natural products are.
Yeah. Because I guess one of the things that we always talk about is prevention is always better than cure.
Definitely.
And so that's why we want to talk about wellness rather than sickness, because it's always better to be well and do the stuff beforehand. Anyway, so that's my little soapbox right there. So.
And we're going to start with a kids product. So we're actually going to talk, number 5 is Kids Sense toothpaste.
Yep.
Okay. And the reason I love this is that it's sugar free. A lot of kids toothpaste on the market, you would not believe this, because you think, wow, who would put sugar in toothpaste? Because isn't that about keeping teeth healthy? But it is. It's in so many toothpaste. So this doesn't have any, any sugar in it. It's actually, the sweetener in this is the salic oil. And it's got the thieves oil as well. So generally I don't recommend this for under 2s just because it's got the salic oil in it. But
which is what? Spearmint.
It is. It gives it a spearmint. It's not a very minty taste. No. A lot of kids don't like peppermint, which a lot of the other toothpaste tastes like. It's very sweet. So it's it's quite a nice tasting toothpaste. When my girls were littler, I brushed their teeth from the time, I used to actually brush their gums before they even got teeth, because I was told that was a good way to acclimatise and get your children used to brushing their teeth. I didn't brush it with a brush, but we used to do stuff in their mouth so that they felt comfortable. And then when they got a tooth, my girls, they actually got teeth later, and I think they were definitely over 1. I think they were closer to 2. They got teeth really late. And I breastfed both of my girls, and I used to feed them to sleep. But, and a lot of people say, oh, that's what gives kids dental caries. I think the bottles give kids dental caries.
Well, we're getting to the nitty gritty tonight.
Anyway, Kids Sense toothpaste, I love it. It's got bicarb and calcium carbonate. That's the gentle abrasion that cleans the teeth, the salic oil and the thieves oil. So no sugar, no sodium lauryl sulfate, and no triclosan. And it tastes great. My girls love it.
I've actually used that. It tastes good too.
Yeah, because sometimes I've taken all the toothpaste out of the bathroom and I've left Jeremy with the girls.
Kim's doing a workshop and I'm brushing with Kids Sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah.
Right, so that was number 5, Kids Sense. Good.
Yeah.
So number 4, are we more toothpaste?
Yes. So I'm doing a few toothpastes in a row because I'm giving you an idea. But this is the Thieves Ultra. This one's the travel size. I had to actually get it out of my travel toiletry bag because I didn't have a full size to do. Yep. But I do. I love the travel size one. Throwing it in your toiletry bag, it's a great addition. It's got the thieves oil in it. So for those of you who don't know what thieves oil is, you probably, if you haven't already heard me talk about it before, basically thieves oil is a signature blend of Young Living. It comes from a story that Gary Young read when he was first researching, he was working in France and researching distillation of essential oils, and he was in a museum in Marseille, and the recipe is still on the wall in the museum in Marseille, and it's on a bit of material, and it there's so many stories about this particular blend because what happened was the ports were closed, and they don't know, it was sometimes between the 12th century and the 14th century.
Who could tell?
And they were closed because of a plague, and people weren't able to trade their spices or anything like that. So these spice traders decided that they needed a new industry, so they started robbing the dead people. They rubbed themselves in all their...
As you do.
They were the first pawnbrokers.
Yep.
They rubbed themselves in all of their herbs and spices, and also you may have seen pictures of them with these things on their nose, and they used to put the herbs and spices in their nose thing, and they used to breathe it in.
And before they robbed the dead people, they used to brush their teeth with thieves.
You're hilarious.
Wasn't that the story?
Anyway, so
because if you're going to rob dead people, at least have clean teeth.
Right. Yep. So the thieves... is basically Gary pulled together all these versions of the story, and from what he could gather, there was rosemary, there was lemon, there was cinnamon, there was clove, there was all other stuff like even camphor and things like that. And being Australian, we know how good eucalyptus is. So Gary included eucalyptus in the new blend, and he created the Thieves blend. So Thieves is an essential oil blend. Lots of other essential oil companies have basically versions of it, yes.
But without the Young Living oils.
Yeah, so, and Young Living has this whole signature range of products, including the wonderful Thieves Cleaner that I rave about all the time, and the Thieves Toothpaste, and some of the other products we're going to talk about tonight, the Thieves Hand Wash, Thieves Bar Soap, all of that kind of stuff, all comes from that one essential oil blend. So it's absolutely amazing for your teeth, and it's in this. I actually add orange oil. So I put this on my toothpaste, on my toothbrush, and then I add a little bit of orange oil. See my teeth?
Sparkly.
They're very sparkly.
Is that what it is?
That's my secret weapon.
That's the secret weapon.
Although orange oil isn't included in my top 5, but it goes with the aroma bright, okay?
Yeah,
so you get the bright, but extra brightness, you get the orange oil.
Okay,
yeah.
Well that's good to know.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was number
4, yeah, sorry.
Number 4, okay. Yep, so toothpaste. So that's our second toothpaste.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 3.
Oh wow, toothpaste.
Is another toothpaste. So, obviously, adding the orange oil gives you that extra sparkliness, but so does the Dentarome Ultra. What I love about Dentarome Ultra, and even though I told you that I got that Thieves toothpaste out of my travel kit, I actually prefer to travel with this one. You know why?
It's bigger.
Well, it is bigger, but do you know what else I use it for?
I was going to ask that question. If you don't
and
have
I
any
think someone else, I think it might have been Justine commented just
Yep.
before, and someone said that they use it as deodorant, and that's what I do. This is multi-function.
Yep.
So for me, it got higher in the list because when I travel, I use this as my toothpaste, and I also use it as my deodorant. Because you know what? The key ingredient in natural toothpaste and natural deodorant are 2 things. Well, 3 actually. Coconut oil, bicarb soda, and essential oils.
Excellent.
And that's exactly what's in this, and it's exactly what's in my deodorant. So why take 2 things? I just take 1.
And you know the great thing, it doesn't have any sodium lauryl sulfate in it, so you don't foam under your arms when you use it.
That's hilarious. The other thing I want to say is that this has got this amazing enzyme in it called papain. Do you know what fruit it comes from?
Papaya.
You read that on my sheet.
No, I didn't. I just worked it out.
He didn't know that. He read it.
I did know it.
Anyway, that's what it's from, and it has that's what gives this its teeth whitening is the papain. It's an enzyme from papaya, and it gives it an extra teeth whitening. So that's why there is a Thieves Dentarome and there is a Thieves Dentarome Ultra, and that's the difference, is the enzyme.
And if you ever go to the Pacific Islands where people eat lots of papayas, you never see Pacific Islanders with bad teeth.
Yeah.
Unless they have no teeth, in which case
Well,
they're
that's
very
the
old.
same as where they distill the frankincense resin, because all of the guys who work in the distilling the frankincense resin, they constantly chew it.
Oh.
So amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
Pure safety question. What happens if your kids swallow this stuff?
Okay, have you ever noticed that on toothpaste it actually says don't swallow? You're supposed to actually rinse your mouth out and spit it out.
Yeah.
With this stuff, no problems. Yeah, bicarb soda, coconut oil, and essential oils.
So really we're saying if they accidentally swallow it, it's all good. Yeah, which is good to know. Alrighty, that was number 3. Okay,
Number
counting
2.
down number 2.
The dental floss. I'm going to tell a story from Troppo Bob, right? I don't know how many of you know Troppo Bob. If you're a Kempsey person or a Mid-North Coast person, or pretty well most of New South Wales, if you've ever been to a country show, you probably know Troppo Bob. Troppo Bob, my girls love Troppo Bob.
He's a magician.
He's a magician, and he's amazing. And I once heard him say that he went to the dentist and he asked the dentist, which teeth should I floss? Whoops. I just dropped it on the ground and I couldn't pull it up.
We've got 20 metres of floss now. Yeah.
But he said to the dentist, which teeth should I floss? Do I just floss the front ones? And the dentist said to him, you just floss the ones you want to keep.
Good.
And I thought that was a really good piece of information. So if you want to keep your teeth,
Yeah.
You really need to floss. Okay. So I love this. It is enhanced with essential oils, not once, but twice. Extra strong fibers. You know when you use dental floss and you put it in and it comes out and it's all frayed? This stuff's amazing. It's so strong. And smells like the Thieves. It's enhanced with the Thieves. So the Thieves actually gets in there between your teeth.
Wow.
All the way to the gums.
All the way.
Yeah. So I love it.
Incredible.
Yeah. Amazing. And I do lots of things with it. I even tie it around skin tags.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. Thieves.
If you're trapped in prison, you can also combine that with the Thieves toothpaste, and eventually it will cut through the bars.
Okay.
Oh, true.
Good day. I don't think so.
It does.
Anyway, that's the
I'm
Thieves
standing here
dental
with you
floss.
today as living proof of that.
Because I baked you a file in your cake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you just baked some.
Okay, number
Thieves
one. You want to
floss.
know what number one is?
Yeah, let's get to number one.
Okay.
Is it tooth related?
Yes. Well, the whole show is tooth related
good,
tonight.
just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, give
So,
it to us.
number one is the Thieves mouthwash. If you do nothing else, use the mouthwash.
Did you say mouse wash?
Mouthwash.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So the thing about this mouthwash is that it actually has liposome technology. That means that the essential oils stick to the membranes inside your mouth, which means that your mouth maintains freshness for longer.
Okay. Wow.
It's amazing. I love it.
Wow. And okay. And how do you use it?
And best of all, you don't have to spit this mouthwash out. You could even swallow it if you wanted. I've been going to for years, but I've never been able to. It's so funny. But other people do.
Like swallow it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I swallow it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have this thing that I just can't do it. But it tastes good and it smells good. So literally all you need is like a cap full. So just fill up the cap, gargle. And then I spit it out because I'm not able to swallow it. But it won't hurt you.
Let's just leave the comedy to me.
Can I just tell you one other key ingredient in this is colloidal silver. Go and do your research on colloidal silver and how good it is. And it's in this.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. Colloidal silver.
Yeah. And it's also the main ingredient is water, then colloidal silver. Then you've got your oils like the Thieves oil. It's also got peppermint, so it gives it that pepperminty taste. No alcohol. You know, did you know that alcohol is a major contributor to mouth cancers?
Yeah.
And a lot of mouthwashes out there on the market contain alcohol. You've really got to get off this stuff. Ditch and switch. If you don't switch anything else in your home, like I know I go on about the cleaning products because I worry about your hormones, but oral care, it's so good for your health to switch to natural oral care products.
Well, one of your favourite sayings is it's not what you do once in a while that matters, it's what you do every day.
And you brush your teeth twice a day.
And that's the point, isn't it? We're talking about stuff that you use every day, once or twice, so it's important that we care about what's in it. That's good. So quickly going backwards.
5.
The
Kids Sense.
4.
4. Thieves Ultra Bra.
And you can get it in the travel size.
That's the travel size.
Yep.
But
number 3.
The Thieves Dentarome Ultra.
Put it under your armpits.
As well as in your mouth.
Just put it.
The Thieves
Don't put it in your mouth
floss.
after it's been in your armpits.
love the dental floss.
That's number 2. And number 1.
The Thieves mouthwash.
Da, da, da.
Yeah. Plus, obviously, I did orange. I know Sarah Stevens just loves some of these things that I just said, and I know that she did an oral teeth challenge with her team this month and encouraged them to take before and after photos for 30 days and see the difference that the orange oil made, adding it to your toothbrush, your toothpaste, and it is really amazing, the before and after shots.
That's good. Well, that just brings me to my number 1. Before I get to that, did you see my T-shirt tonight?
What does it have to do with?
I'm just going to flash my T-shirt here. Look at that. How cool is that?
Simone Shelton will really like that.
I know. For those people
Simone loves Star Wars.
Yeah, who are Star Wars fans, how cool is that? Original T-shirt. Alrighty, that has nothing...
Today May the 4th or something?
No. Okay. So my number 1, here's a little story for you. Because as I said, if you see my teeth, they're pretty bad. And that was because my mum and dad couldn't afford an orthodontist. So that's tragic. And having good teeth...
When you get to Royal Crown Diamond, you can get braces.
I'm going to get a whole new face. Anyway, that's another story. But, having a good smile. I think my smile's okay. Is it okay? But I'm self-conscious about the teeth thing. So in that case, I find Shutran is a good distraction. Because
so while we're smelling you, we're not looking
exactly,
at you.
because
Good
as soon as women smell Shutran, their eyes are closed, they're leaning in, they're not looking at your teeth. It's a winner.
Thank you, Jeremy. And on that note, we'll see you all next week.
Put some comments below. We love it. And if you want to share this, I guess if you're, well, it's hard if you're in Team Valor, but if you're outside. But
Hot Oily Mama,
Yeah,
you can share it from there or share it from our YouTube channel.
You can always find us on Hot Oily Mama on YouTube or on
my Facebook
on the
page.
Facebook page, which is great. So yeah, feel free to share it, share the love around, and we will see you next
Same time, same bat channel next week.
Exactly. See you guys.
Bye guys.